name's Melchor. I served in Iraq and Afghanistan. My grandfather, he served in the Korean War, and he never really talks about it to anyone at all. And he told me, you know, he says, when things go wrong or something happens, you're gonna know. You're gonna know it's gonna hit you, but you need to do the right thing. You need to do the right thing. And he also said, when you come back, you're gonna be different. And I never fully understood that until I came back.
Veterans, combat veterans that are coming home now, they are, again, dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder, brain trauma. They're dealing with what they have done to another mother's child.
You do a lot of things, you know, you take different lives from men, women, and children, and you know, and it's directly where you can see their faces, how clearly you carry on, you know, actions like that. You take somebody's life, it's something that always haunts you.
When he first came back, it was kind of like having an infant again.
And it's hard. It's really hard to sometimes sleep at night, and it's hard to be here on the reservation sometimes because, you know, the terrain is similar. You know, a lot of identical things here, like I mentioned. So it is hard.
Veteran is not going to be the same person that they were when they left. That person is going to endure a lot of mental challenges and a lot of physical challenges to readjust to life. And I've always wondered myself that if my brother was not killed in Vietnam, what would he come back to on the Navajo reservation? How would he be, how would my family have dealt with his mental issues, his physical issues? And that's what brings me great sadness.
I don't think anyone knows. No one knows. No one knows being in that situation. You can only say, like, yeah, he's sensitive to those stories, and one can say, oh, okay, like, all right, but you don't know, you don't realize it unless you're there, unless you see it, unless you see how scared he is. And I think it could be like that for any wife.
Because there's nothing available on the reservation right now. They have no clinics, so anybody on the reservation, like my grandfather who lives, you know, just next door, when he has appointments he has to go through for the VA, he either has to go down to Camp Verde, or no, where's it? Prescott Valley, or somewhere right there, or he has to go to Phoenix. So when they want to go down there, they have to make a trip. They have to plan it out, plan out gas money, plan out travel, and everything they can just to make a trip to the doctor there.
Well, I would say from the perspective of the VA, the biggest challenge is the distance. So depending on where Navajo soldiers are living, if they're living on the reservation, they're often at a long distance from the nearest VA facility. We do have community-based outpatient clinics that are located on the reservations, but those don't always have clinicians who are trained in the therapies that we offer to treat PTSD.
I think, honestly, if I didn't have support, you know, from a family or, you know, long-term care from the VA, I can guarantee I would have committed suicide.
It's kind of, well, where we lived, the airport was pretty close. So anytime he would hear an airplane or even a helicopter, it would be, he would just kind of get that feeling back of that he was back overseas.
My wife took a lot of it. You know, I really neglected her when I came home, and you know, but she was always there, and she's still there right now. And we had my first child, my son, who is 4 now, and I think that changed a lot of different things in my life. Was when he was born, I was able to think more about him than myself or my wife. You know, it was all about him, that I need to make myself a better man and do right for him moving forward. Well, honestly, it's like I'm not really home, I guess you could say. It's that I'm here, but not here.